Next topic that we are going to discuss is population growth or explosion. Okay. So what do you mean by population growth or what do you mean by population explosion? Okay. So if you have to define population explosion, we would say growth of population at an exponential rate to a size that exceeds the environmental capacity of a region. Okay, so see, every particular area will have its particular size, and obviously according to its size it can accommodate resources and people, right? So when you have exponential growth rate in population, it is that particular size is not suitable it is not able to accommodate that amount of people in that particular size, right? So that time we say that it is termed as population explosion, right? So the main reason for the population explosion is because of the reproductive capacity. Okay, so now as you all know that this is the high age of 21st century, we are using a lot of technology, we are getting adapted to new things, and medical facilities have also improved. So what happens is the standard of living, or say the health of people, is way better than it used to be in the past, right? So now the reproductive capacity of people also has increased, because even if you are not able to achieve this capacity, you have different methods of treatment for it. So this is the reason of the high population growth. Okay? So when we talk about population growth, let's define another term called population density. Okay? So what do you mean by population density? Population density is population size in relation to some unit of space or time. Alright, so suppose this is the amount of space that you have in one particular country or continent. Right, now in this particular area, how much population is staying, that will tell you the population density. Okay? Now when we define the term population, we actually mean groups of individuals of same species. Okay? So for example, if you say population, it's not necessary that you are meaning only human population or only the population of cows or buffaloes or anything. So when you are mentioning about population size, population density, you have to make sure that the group of individuals are of the same species. Okay, so when you have when we talk about population, we have to understand about a few terms relating to the growth. Okay, see, when do you say the growth is stable, all right, or when you have a good balance in the population? So the point here is when a particular size of a state or a country is able to accommodate all the people of that particular area, so that time we say that the population is stable. All right. Now, if it is less than actually the area can accommodate, it is known as the lag phase. Alright. Now again, if it is too much, now the area is small but the number of people who are staying or living or occupying that area or using the resources of that area are very high, then we call it as exponential phase. Next, when we are talking about population growth, let's talk about the factors that affect population growth. Factors affecting population growth. Okay, so first of all, let's say natural calamity. Okay, see, natural calamity can exist in the form of drought, famines, floods, etc. Okay, what happens usually is, suppose area A has received any kind of natural calamity, say whether it is drought or whether it is famine or whether it is flood. So what happens is, in this particular area, since it has been affected by drought or any natural disaster, the people of that area will probably consider a safe option to move to another place B. Okay, now this B place is already having a lot of people and already having the required amount of population that it should have. Now in that, X amount of people were already staying, and on top of that, Y amount of people or Y number of people are added because of some natural calamity. So for this particular area, the population has grown. So this is how natural calamity affects the population growth. Okay, now not only in case of any disasters like drought, famines or floods, but also in cases of war, okay, or any epidemic situations, alright, or some unnatural accidents, people tend to shift from one place to another. Okay, the next reason is also urbanization. See, when you know that the particular place or city where you are living in is not sufficient for your employment and other needs like education and all, so automatically you would like to definitely move to a much better area or much better place, right? So in that case, you have to shift to that particular area, and the population size of that particular state will grow. So that is known as urbanization, or that is also one of the factors which affects population growth. Okay. Now next let us discuss about the factors assisting population growth. Okay, factors assisting population growth. Now you also understand that, as I told you, people from one area A are moving to another area, say B. Okay, so why they are moving? There has to be some reason. Automatically, these are some of the factors which are affecting population growth. But you also have to decide, and you also have to make out why people are moving from A to B, why they are not moving from A to C or some other area, say D, E or whatever. Okay, so what are the factors which assist population growth? First is high production of food, and better technology for storage, production and distribution. Okay. Now as you know that India is a country where agriculture is the main occupation, right? So of course people who follow or who do farming as their main job automatically would like to be in a place where they can produce more high food. Okay, high productivity will be there, and there won't be any problem of storage or distribution. So if they know of any place favorable to all these conditions, they will definitely move to that particular area. Okay. Next is better medical facilities provided during childbirth. Okay, so see, childbirth is a very important issue for all of us, right? So when you have better medical facilities in childbirth, so automatically that time you have to understand, or even the parents understand that education and all the other purposes will be definitely better. Or in health wise, you can definitely get better or favorable conditions. Okay. Next is immunization of babies against deadly diseases. Right? So, when you immunize babies, automatically they will not fall a prey to some very deadly diseases, and the population will not go down. Alright? So, these are some of the factors which assist population. Okay. Now, when we talk about population growth, you have to understand about two main terms in population. Okay. One is emigration and immigration. So these two are also factors which affect the population growth. Okay. So what do you mean by emigration and what do you mean by immigration? Okay. See, immigration is what? Suppose you have any country C and many people are coming into. Alright. So if they are coming into it and joining that particular area, then you will have, then it is known as immigration. Okay, so this is also a movement of people from one place to another. See, immigration is what? When people move from one place to another just for leisure or say some trip purpose. But immigration is what? When they actually want to settle down there in that particular area, right? So what happens is, you already have X number of people staying in that particular area, plus when you have an additional amount of people, say Y number of people staying in that particular area, automatically it leads to population. Let's talk about the consequences of population growth. Okay, consequences of population growth. Now, what happens is, when you have population growth, you have a scarcity of resources. Okay, you will have a scarcity of resources. Next is, there will be complete competition of food and space, because you all know that within a specified place we are trying to accommodate more and more people, and then we have to provide for food and all also for all of them, right? Next is pollution. When there are more people, automatically pollution will be there, because ultimately in order to take a feed of their resources to complete their requirements, they will pollute the environment. Okay, and there is no doubt about the fact that there will be huge unemployment. Okay, see, unemployment will be there because we all know that it is not possible to give employment to all the people, right? So, because in a particular size of a country or a state, you have X number of people, out of which already Y are working, alright? So, probably that place is not able to create that much amount of employability level. So, automatically unemployment levels will be very, very high.